Peace and blessings, family. Peace and blessings. I pray that this video reaches you in the best of health. I thank you so much for always coming to watch my videos. I thank you to my 1,200 plus subscribers. Guys, I am so appreciative. And should I say appreciate? I appreciate love, all your support. I appreciate love you coming back over and over again, watching the videos and enjoying them. Your comments, I really do appreciate that. I pray that wherever you are, that the Most High reaches out and He touches you and your family. He continue to provide for you and He bless your home. And I pray that this video may come to you in peace and it may be something that you think about. As a people, we should be thinking about this and enjoying life instead of fighting to acquire stuff, just acquiring stuff, and then we're not able to live a life for the Most High, right? I pray that this video reaches you well. Do take care and have a wonderful day.
It's a long journey, it's so long. As I trod along, I come to sing my song. Journey, it's so long, journey, it's so long, journey, it's so long. Hey, yeah, though I walk through the valley of death, me no see no evil when make did and fret. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He provide everything from the day me born. The Lord is my light and my salvation. I am a pilgrim just like Abraham. Me must find the sheep, me must find the lamb. And that's how my journey began.
So what about the love? What about the peace? Not about the hatred and this jealousy, yeah. Needing it to read them as they give them food to eat. Give them the loving that you feel to give yourself, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. And the journey begins, story be start. Everybody wanna be a real superstar.
Whatever you are doing right now, I pray the Most High provide for you. He keeps you safe. He keeps you blessed. And you will share this video with everyone. I'm bringing you another video. So this one is kind of very controversial. Should I say controversial? Is that the right word? I'm not quite sure. Do correct me in the comments. But this one, it's kind of something that we'll be thinking, hungry mom, come on. Because it is not something that is common in our culture. When I say our culture, I mean Black people on the whole. No matter who you are, where you are, what tribe, whatever, Black people. Well, our forefathers, they were kind of more conservative, more reserved than us, more economical, and they got a lot of stuff done with very little. In these times that we live in, not many of us know how to get a lot of stuff done with very little. We feel that we need a lot and we need like lots of whatever it is that we are running after. Whether it's material stuff, which is a car, you want the biggest one. A house, you want the biggest one. Whatever it is, we want it grand. And if it's not grand, we think to ourselves, it's not, people will laugh at us or will not be like the Joneses or will not, you know. But I think that's something that we need to begin to think about. What I'm going to share with you is something that we need to be thinking about as a people right now and enjoying life more. When I say enjoying more of life, I mean sometimes we are running after material stuff and seeking so much that we forget the little things in life. And we become very complacent, we become very we are not humble. We are not, we don't care about the other person. We only think about ourselves, what I need to look better, what I need to make myself look like the best, what I need. So when people see what I have, then they know that I have it and I have it made. What I'm going to share with you, I'm kind of purposely taking my time on this one because it is something that, as I said, a lot of us may not have thought about. Maybe a few, maybe I would say 1% of the entire 100% Black population, maybe just 1% of us have thought about it, and we are out there living that life. And it's a small life, small living. It's a life where you only need one space or maybe two spaces.
If you've ever dreamed of building a unique and beautiful small home, simplifying your life, getting off the grid and escaping the rat race, then this is your channel.
What do I really want to live in? What's my perfect home? This is my ideal home.
It's a life where you only need one space or maybe two spaces. In the Gambia, we have what you call a room and parlor. And if you're renting out a room and parlor, it's a common thing for the people. But how many of us, diaspora, how many of us live in the West would care to live in a room and parlor? If you don't know what a room and parlor is, let me explain. So you have an apartment. That's what it is, an apartment. And the room is your bedroom where you sleep. And the parlor is where you, like a living room, sitting room area where you do everything else. You understand? You watch your TV, you entertain, you do everything else in that one room. That's the parlor. Then you have maybe some of those places would have a bathroom on the inside, right? And maybe some of those places would have a kitchen area in the parlor. So the parlor would not be just, it would be also be where you have a space where you could put your dishes and stuff, and you cook on the outside. That's how it is in the Gambia. You cook outside, and in your parlor could have a separate space where you have your pots and pans. Maybe you don't even have a space for that, but you just make the space, and your pots and pans are covered away nicely in a corner. But it's just a room where you sleep, and your parlor where you get to relax and spend time with your family. And a bathroom, maybe it's inside, maybe it's not, right? And then, as I said, you cook outside. How many of us, diaspora, would care about living in a space like this? And I'm not saying everyone wouldn't. And mind you, I'm not talking to everyone. Those of us who have it made, those of us who have the big bucks and we can come and afford to live the big and good life in the Gambia. The reason why I keep talking about the Gambia, because that's where it is, right? And I know you are watching my video because you care and about the things of the Gambia and moving to the Gambia, right? So I'm talking about the Gambia. All right, so how many of us will come and want to live in a space like this? It's the same as living in an apartment where you have maybe 2 or 3 rooms. You have a 1-bedroom apartment. Some people live in the West in a studio apartment. A studio apartment is just one large room which you create spaces for yourself. You create a sleeping space, you create a living room space, and you create a kitchen space. And the kitchen space is already there, but I'm saying it's in one large room. That's a studio apartment. Or sometimes you may call it a bachelor room or bachelor apartment or bachelor part, whatever way you want to call it. We already live that way in the West if you just rent in an apartment. So imagine those of us who are not fully capable of living the West. Like we say, I don't have money to go to Africa. I really want to go. Some people are desperate to leave the West and go to Africa, anywhere in Africa, just to get away from the West because it's so difficult. But then they say, oh, I don't have money. I need this amount. I need that amount. No, you don't. It's all about mindset. Changing your mindset. Having that mindset of, I'm going to live life and I don't need stuff. I don't need all the stuff and all the things that I've been told I need to survive. All the stuff that the West is having us buy. You have to buy this, you have to buy that, and if you don't have it, you feel like you don't have anything or you're not accomplishing anything in life. No. And especially now with the economic crisis, especially now with things so hard. Some people will say after COVID, they have never recovered. Businesses have never recovered. Businesses have closed down, shut down completely. What do you do? So those of us who feel like we are in the West who are saying, how am I going to afford it? I can't. I can only afford a plane ticket. When I get there, what am I going to do? I will not tell you, oh, just pay your ticket and go there. I won't do that. Hungry Mom is not, has a little sense. Hungry Mom has a little sense. But what I'm saying is, if you have already saved up, you don't have to keep waiting and saving up, saving until you have hundreds of thousands. If you have the right mindset and you know how to manage your money, that's the thing that we were not taught in schools, how to manage our money. So begin to do that. Begin to figure out a way of how to manage your money, how to budget. If you have maybe two of you, two friends who want to come move to Africa, but you guys don't have much, you each have your own. You get a place that you can both pay the rent together, and you live in that one bedroom, or you live in that room and parlor. Guys, there's no shame in that, because you live in to get a better life. What's a better life? Being able to afford the things that you need on a day-to-day. When you're in the West and you're not able to afford those things, what do you think you end up? On the streets. And who do you think is going to give you? No one. Because everybody is fighting for themselves. Everybody is fighting and striving to get by. If you don't have good family in the West, let me tell you guys, if you don't have good family in the West, and if that can able to help you when you are in need, then you are on the streets. Trust me. For those of us in America, maybe we might say we have food stamps, we have this, we have that. But it's just as being on the streets, in need of the government assistance. What kind of life is this? You know, so if we decide, if it is your choice, I have never told anyone since I started making these videos for you that they should move to Africa, or they should move to the motherland, or they should move even to Gambia. Never once. Even in my personal conversations, when people talk to me and they ask me, how did you do it? What was in your mind when you were thinking of moving to a completely different continent and you just pack up all your stuff and left? What was in your mind? What were you thinking? And I keep saying they refer to me as a hungry mom, but some people, not everyone, right? And they would say, this was a risky move. Some would say this was a bold move. Some would say, I wish I could do that. And you can. Especially if you are alone, without a family, and the West is what you think that it's not. If you think that, if you know in your heart of heart that the West is not where you want to be, and you don't have a family, it's even easier for you to move. It's even easier to find that place where you can be more comfortable. And I'm not saying it has to be the motherland. I'm not saying it has to be Gambia. I'm not saying it has to be Africa at all. It could be anywhere in the world. But why be miserable where you are? Why suffer where you are when the world is so wide? Let me not stray from my topic. I want to talk to you guys about tiny living. Yep, you heard me right. Tiny living, tiny house living. Hungry Mama, are you crazy? No, I'm not. I am not. We are being programmed to think that we're supposed to build mansions, and we're supposed to build 3, 4, 5, 6 bedroom houses for us to live in. And then we work. We don't even get to enjoy 3 of the rooms. The only ones that we enjoy in all the week of working is your bedroom and your kitchen. Some of us have 5 rooms and we don't even get to sit down in our living room, not once in a week, because we're working every day. Sometimes we're working 2, 3, 4 jobs. So what is all that space for? I've known persons who have no kids and they are in a 3-bedroom house. They are in a 4-bedroom house with no kids. Hungry Mom is preaching, right? Am I getting to you? Am I beginning to have the wheels in your brains, the wheels turning? Right? Are you beginning to say, Hungry Mom, where are you going with this? I want to show you guys a few tiny homes. Maybe you guys have heard of the concept. Maybe you've seen people doing it on YouTube. It's all over YouTube, right? Every state, even in the USA, people are, with all the money that they have, people who have more than me and you, they move into tiny houses. Why? Because they understand that having a whole heap of stuff is not living life. How many rooms do you need in a house as a single person? And for those of you who have 5, 6, not even 5, 6, I would say three. From three, I would start three, 3, 4, 5, 6 bedroom houses, and you're the only one living in there. Or it's yourself and your husband. You're probably a doctor and your husband is a dentist, and you have a 5 bedroom house. What for? No kids. What is it for? To say, oh, I'm a doctor, so I need a 5 bedroom house. Because my colleagues, they have 5 bedroom houses. Maybe they have kids. You don't. I'm not mocking anyone without kids. I'm just saying, especially for my people. Wake up. Wake up, my people. Hopefully I can play this song. Maybe at least one line of it in this video. Wake up and begin to smell the roses. We don't have to move to Africa and build mansions. We could come and buy a piece of land. You could get a piece of land. I shared with you guys how we purchased a plot of land for $65,000. It wasn't one that we purchased. I don't have to be on here saying, oh, we bought how many parcels. But just one plot was $65,000. And I think there's a company that still sells a few plots, and maybe it's the same price, maybe a little less. Biamo, for those of you who know. I am not referring Biamo. I'm just saying that you could find a plot as cheap as this, $65,000, and you can build a tiny home on there, guys, and enjoy the place. You grow your own food on the land. You have your little space where you can live, and you create that outdoor space also. And you enjoy life. You don't have to come to the motherland and follow everyone and follow the trend of, oh, I have to build a big house so that my friends in the West will see that I'm not suffering. When really and truly, maybe some of us are suffering, but we come building those big houses because we refuse to have people see us live in a tiny home or even to rent a room and parlor. There's no shame in moving to the motherland. And why am I saying all this? It's because I care. I've heard so many stories. I've listened to a few YouTube videos. There's one particular sister who talks about people from the diaspora who are homeless in Gambia. And I say, wake up, my people. Wake up. Let's begin to do things together. Let's begin to help each other. I may not have all the monies in the world. For people that are like me, who don't have much, but who have that constant brain, that is constantly turning and constantly thinking of how best do I provide for my family? How best do I help my husband in us moving forward in the Gambia? How best do I start? We have not started building, and there are many reasons for that. But it doesn't mean that we will keep renting for the next few years. We won't. After all, renting takes a lot of money from that budget. But guys, begin to think about it. I'm going to share with you guys. As I speak, you guys will begin to see different tiny homes that I will share with you. Take a look at it and let me know what you think. We don't have to move to the motherland and build massive houses. And with all what's happening with people, the contractors that we hire that run away with our monies and that do work, people come and do work. One day they come in, the next day they don't show up, and all this kind of nonsense. You could have somebody build you a tiny home in less than a week. if they know what they're doing, of course. Less than a week, and you're able to move in on your land without having to pay rent. In less than 3 months, you could get a good, nice, beautiful building, fully finished, that you are comfortable. Instead of having to be spending and spending and spending, building a mansion that you're going to say, oh, if somebody comes to my house, they will see I have a 3-bedroom house. Or you want to post it on YouTube that you have a 5-bedroom, you have a 3-bedroom, you have this, you have that. Come on, my people. So that's one step in being able to leave the West and move to the motherland, wherever it is that you've chosen. I'm not saying you should choose Gambia. Wherever it is that you've chosen to move, to leave, do it for you. And think small when it comes to building. And that will help you live a big life. Because you will be able to eat better. You'll not be thinking about, oh, blocks price is going up, this is going up, that is going up. You'll build something that is for you, that you can manage. I'm not saying if you have a 5, 6 family members, 6 members in your family, that you have to build a tiny house. No. But I'm saying you can build it smaller than everyone having their own room. And I'm talking to those who are like me, who are thinking, I don't have all the money to waste on building a mansion in Gambia. I don't have all the money to waste on trying to impress my neighbor or trying to impress my people back home. Nope, I'm doing it for myself and my family. So my people back home come to my compound, when they walk in, there'll be at least 1 room for them. Maybe 2. If you have a compound where you have a boys' quarters, think about changing that boys' quarters into a Airbnb or bed and breakfast. I can give, you know what, this is for another video. What I want to show you guys today is just tiny houses. That's what I wanted to share with us.
If you've ever dreamed of building a unique and beautiful small home, simplifying your life, getting off the grid and escaping the rat race, then this is your channel.
What do I really want to live in? What's my perfect home? This is my ideal home.
My name is Bryce, and I'm on a journey to discover the very best of small space design. Join me as we travel the world to meet people who live in incredible small homes of all different kinds. Together, we get to know their stories and insights into downsized living.
So sometimes we'll just be sitting down having dinner and one of us will just be like, oh, we built this, and the other one will be like, I know.
For me, I was the hardest person to convince for this, and I love it.
Waking up in the tiny house now actually is freedom.
Nope, I'm doing it for myself and my family. So my people back home come to my compound, when they walk in, there'll be at least 1 room for them. Maybe 2. If you have a compound where you have a boys' quarters, think about changing that boys' quarters into a Airbnb or bed and breakfast. I can give, you know what, this is for another video. What I want to show you guys today is just tiny houses. That's what I wanted to share with us. Tiny houses. Begin to think differently. Mindset. Change our mindsets and we can live beautiful lives if it's our desire to leave the West and go live on the motherland. Keep watching. Thank you so much for watching wherever you are. Thank you so
When your time comes, don't postpone it. When others doubting out, you don't condone it. Truth be told, yourself is your toughest opponent. When your moment comes, grab hold and own it. Never let go, stand tall and hold tight. Overcoming obstacles is the objective in life.